Hi, welcome to Watsontrack's onboarding video. First of all, I just want to say thank you for trying us out, and we hope that Watsontrack helps you grow an engaged audience on Twitter or X. Without further ado, I'll get started with the onboarding video. So, as you've gone through our onboarding within the app, you've probably set your KPIs and added the big accounts, and I'll explain all of those and what do those mean. First starters, when you land on our dashboard, you'll be greeted with today's KPIs. So this measures your activity for the day. As we look here, it says today's KPI, it says the date. Right now, the way it updates, it is between 15 to 30 minutes. We will add the timer for like when the next update is so that you know when the next update would be on our dashboard V2, which is coming up soon. But in the meantime, yes, I know we've heard a lot of feedback of people commenting and not seeing the update. So we are going to add that timer so that you know when the last update was and how accurate the data is when you look at your dashboard. Anyhow, let's let's go through the metrics itself. So total posts and replies is basically the aggregate of all your activity on X. So this is posts on your profile, replies to posts on your profile, and your comments or replies to other people's posts on their profiles. My post is straightforward. This is just a post on your page. Replies to new people is basically the biggest driver of growth. This is how people discover you, especially when you're just getting started or you want to cultivate an engaged relationship with people. We only count replies to people on their profile, and the other caveat is you either don't follow them or actually you both don't follow each other, so there's no connection. They're not your follower and you're not following them, but you comment on a post on their profile. We count that as part of your KPI. Replies to people that you guys don't follow each other to your own post, we don't count that because they've already discovered you. This is for discovery efforts that you put outside of your profile. Replies to connections is basically the opposite. These are replies to people that are your followers or you follow them on their profile. I'll explain more why we count that, why we count that on our engagement strategy. But right now we'll just focus on the metrics. So my total replies, this is just basically the combination of both, like your replies to other people's posts and replies to your own post. New people's reply on my post, this is pretty cool because this is measuring people who reply on your post that don't follow you and you don't follow them. So there's no connection, but they're finding your content and they're engaging with it. The other one is basically the connection part of it where your followers are commenting on your post. So we count those two. The stats here, last 7 days, is basically just to review your performance. If you completed your KPI, it'll be a check. If not, be an X. Been busy past week, so a lot of X's on mine, but we're trying to make it work. But yeah, these would be the stats last 7 days starting from yesterday. Okay, so recommended new people. So we use an AI to comb through, like basically when you went through the onboarding, you should have given us by now big X accounts that you kind of resonate with or within your niche or you want to emulate. And basically we go through people who engage on their profile or on their post. And then we have a certain criteria where we validate each one. Things like follower versus following ratio, recent activity. We also look at compatibility. Like basically, if you have a good bio, we know what kind of niche you're in. So we try to match you with people with similar or within kind of like the same niche in their bio and also their post. Here, so we kind of give you a preview of 6 people, but if you press view all, it will give you 24. So this should help in fulfilling your KPIs for replies to new people. So that's basically that. Actually, I'll quickly go on the settings as well. So if you go to settings, because I've already onboarded, maybe this would help. So time zone straightforward. KPI as a so basically setting your KPI 90, 75, 60 days. So depending on what you pick, these metrics underneath changes. And this is based on, we talked to a few ex-coaches and we got feedback in terms of when they're running their program, the level of activity their students need to do to accomplish 1,000 followers. So this is basically kind of the same practice. So that's this one. But you don't have to adhere to this is just kind of like to help people who don't really know what would work. So we kind of give you like, okay, for 1,000 followers, this is kind of like the length and the amount of effort it would take. You can make it less. You can edit yourself if you want, and then you increase it later on once you get used to it. But for me, I want to grow aggressively, so I'm gonna stick to the 90. Well, not that aggressive because there's also the 60. Big X account. So as I mentioned earlier, look for people who have a lot of engagement, who's big in on X, because we look at people who reply to them, and then that's how we find people to recommend to you. Try to stick within your niche, or at least if you have a target customer, find kind of like the biggest person or the biggest kind of creator or account that represents your customer profile. Plug that in, because usually we'll find similar people to recommend to you. So that's basically the gist of it. I hope this helps. And as I've probably spoken to you already, if you signed up, please do send me any questions, concerns, feedback, and we'd love to know how we can improve and make this better for you. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video, which is going to be engagement strategy. Thank you.